Hey everyone, welcome back to Positively Fishing. Today I'm here with Nick, and we are not actually fishing today. We are out in the creek and we're doing a little bit of gold panning. We've been working for a little while now. We're actually starting to find a little bit of gold, so we're going to get back after it and see how much we can find. Stay tuned. All right, so let's take a little bit of a look around at what we're doing here. We found this spot because we were test panning around, and we were test panning kind of right on this little corner right here, and we found some gold. And as we worked out a little bit, we found this big old rock. Now this rock, put your shovel right up against that. That is a big rock. That is a good, what, 3 feet?
3 feet at least.
3 feet, two and a half feet by 3 foot rock, and at least a foot deep. And it was underwater right there, and Nick decided it was a good idea to get underneath it and pick it up and get it out of the hole. So now he's been digging down in that hole, and it's probably about 2 feet deep down in there, don't you think?
Yeah, about that.
About 2 feet deep, and we're digging up some real nice material. And so basically what we're doing is he's shoveling it up and then scooping it into this classifier right here. I made this classifier, and it's based on a design that Jason at Flower Gold Wizard came up with. He's got some cool names for his. I think he's got Russell, and I think he's got Jocelyn. I named mine Shakira because it really shakes up the rock. So basically just scoop it in, shake it around, dump it out, and keep doing it over and over again. And we're gonna fill this bucket up, probably a half to 3/4, and then we are going to run it through the sluice, which is set up right over here. And we've actually got a bucket ready to go right now to run. But we've got a nice setup right here, and the sluice is running great. So we're gonna throw a couple scoops on there, see how it's going, and then keep digging and see how much we can get. I've got this bucket about 2/3 full. You don't want to fill it all the way up because that stuff really compacts and then it's hard to scoop out of there. All right, so I'm gonna take a scoop out of here and throw it on and see how it's running. And that is running just about perfect. It might be a little bit fast, but I think it'll be okay for what we're doing. So when I scoop the material onto the sluice, the lighter stuff runs right over the top, and the heavier stuff gets caught up in the vortices behind the ripples, and then it really buries the heavier material down. And the gold is going to be the heaviest stuff in here, so the gold is what's going to be left behind. You're also going to get a lot of black sand. The black sand is also made up of really heavy elements. So where you find black sand, you often find gold. So all we got to do now is keep scooping this on here until this bucket's on, and then we'll move on to the next one. And if you notice, the way we're set up, we didn't really think it through right in the beginning, is the sluice was running right into the hole where we're digging from. So then all this sand that was running off was going to go right into our hole. So we decided to build up this barrier right here, and it really directs our tailings off to the side. So then we're not getting any of our tailings, any of this sand filling in our hole again, because that's no fun for anyone. Your hole's getting filled in by sand. Well, I'm going to keep scooping away on this. Nick's going to keep digging away in the hole, and we're going to see how much gold we can get. Stay tuned. If you're watching this thinking that Paul's got the easier job and Nick's got the harder job,
You're right.
You're right. All right, so we've run, what, three half buckets through the sluice now?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. Half buckets through the sluice. We let it run a little bit to clean out the lighter stuff, and now we're going to clean out the mat. So first thing I need to do here, fill up my bucket. Carefully take that rock off, and then all I'm going to do is lift this right into the bucket, and then take off my clip, pull the mat out, down into the bucket, And then splash a little water on the bottom half, and then I flip it over. Clean out that little top mat. That looks pretty good. And then with this Gold Hog mat, all I really need to do is roll it backwards and then shake it a little bit, and then it comes out completely clean. A couple little rocks in here I want to get out. And then all the material from the sluice is in my bucket. Take that. Grab my pan. Then I'm going to dump all that material from the sluice into my pan. Bucket's nice and clean. And then everything from those 4 half buckets is right there. And what I'm going to do right now is get a quick idea of what's in here. So I don't want to lose any of this. I want to take all this home. So I'm just going to do a quick panning of this. But I'm doing it into another pan so I don't lose anything. I'm going to take it all home so I can clean it up properly later. But this will give me a little bit of an indication on what I got. And that's about all the farther I want to go with that right now. Got maybe 2 tablespoons of material in there. And now I'm going to shake it all down. And then kind of quickly, just to get an idea, start pulling it back. Now when I do this at home, I'll take a lot more time with it. I just want to see some gold. And with this pan with me, most of the gold is going to show up in this corner right here. And I can already see some starting to show up. All right, we have got this most of the way down. And this is probably as far as we're going to go right now. Now you can see, especially up towards the top, there are some nice pieces up there. And there's a lot of pieces throughout this pan. So we are in a pretty decent spot. I think we're going to do a couple more buckets out of here and see if we can get some more. Let's get back after it. Now the reason that Nick decided to pick up that huge rock and dig underneath it is because that's a spot that obviously heavy things stopped. And like we said before, gold is a heavy thing. And also, underneath that rock is most likely undisturbed ground.
Not everybody's dumb enough to lift a rock like that.
That's true. There are people that I know that are definitely dumb enough to move a rock that size, but not everyone is dumb enough to move a rock that size, and Nick happens to be one of those people. So Nick moved that rock because he was really curious as to what's underneath it, and we've actually been finding some pretty nice gold underneath there. So we're going to keep chipping away at this and see how much we can get. All right, we just cleaned out the sluice for the last time. That last clean out didn't look that great, but you never know until you actually clean it up. So we're not going to take the time to do that out on the water today. We both got to get going. But the thing we have to do before we get going is we need to clean up our mess. So first thing, Nick's dropping that big boulder back down where it came from. And also, when you leave the creek you don't want to leave it with the water flow disturbed. And we did slow down this water and built up the water level probably about 8 inches. So what Nick's doing right now is just moving our dam out of the way so this river can go back to flowing like normal. It's a good practice after you finish your mining for the day to clean up your mess, take down your dam, fill in your holes. We're actually on a county park right now, and they're nice enough to let us pan for gold here. The least we can do is follow their rules. And 3 of their big rules are: don't dig into the bank, take down your dams, and fill in your holes. So that's what we're doing right now. And I don't know if you can tell by the sound of that, but that water level has already dropped and evened out. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you want to see a video of me actually cleaning up that gold, let me know down in the comments below. I could definitely do a video on that. But again, thanks again for watching. Like always, if you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. Leave a like and drop those comments down below, especially if you thanks. Especially if you like these gold mining videos. I like doing these every now and then, and if you like watching them, we'll keep doing them every now and then. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I give that a 7. 2/3 full. You don't want to fill it too full, because if it gets too full, then the stuff really compacts on each other and it's hard. It compacts.
I'll try that one again.
Yeah.